शो करते आप एकदा म्हणजे काय दाखवायले आपलं.
Okay, so welcome to Lingo Technology. So guys, today we are going to understand the roadmap for the campus placements. Or nowadays, if you observe that the people are saying, like, engineering students, most of the time they don't have the complete idea how should get the placement in any company. So it doesn't matter it is like MNC company or any startup company. So first of all, you need a clear understanding what is the requirement from any IT company when you are applying for any job. So let's understand this. Nowadays there is the AI requirement is there, but before the AI you need to understand the fundamentals of the technologies, and the fundamental of the technology will start from any basic language. You can start your career from C programming, or you can start your career as Python programming or Java programming. But roadmap I'll give you here. So let's understand this, how you should prepare for any placements. So let's come into the reverse direction. So our aim is that to get place in any MNC, doesn't matter whatever the package is there, but somebody is saying like 4 lakh ka package, somebody is saying 40 lakhs ka package. So some common things are required for any opportunity. So ultimately the goal is that we need a placement. Okay, so for any placements you need few things. So one of the important part which is required is called as the full stack development knowledge. What comes in the full stack development? In full stack development, you can observe there are 4 fundamental things are there. The very important layer is the database layer. The most important part is the database layer. Database. Okay, so there are different type of database. Database means what? SQL database, no SQL database, and nowadays there is a in-memory database. So these are the 3 type of database we have. So if you are preparing for any placements, you should know the database knowledge, which includes SQL database, which has like MySQL, Oracle are the example of SQL database. Then there is no SQL, MongoDB, Cassandra are the NoSQL database, and in-memory database, example Redis. So you should prepare for the database. Now, before database, you should know the front-end technologies. Front-end technologies. So in front-end, you can learn HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript. Then you should know the framework like React or Angular. So these are the frameworks are expected in your resume when you are preparing for any placements. So these all are the front-end technologies. Remember this. So I'll show you some example also from front-end to database. But let's understand the technology which is required for the placement. So after this, you should have the knowledge about any object-oriented programming in detail. Okay, so object-oriented programmings are, take an example. Here I'll show you with the help of this diagram. Okay, so we need some object-oriented programmings, which is called as OOPS concept, which includes Java language is there. You can learn Python language, or you can learn C# language. So these are the languages. Using this, you can learn object-oriented programming concepts. So what are the important topics are there in object-oriented that we'll discuss in upcoming video. Now I'm just giving you the one roadmap for your placements. Okay, even if you are doing diploma, engineering or any higher studies, so you should know these technologies properly to get place in any good MNCs. So then after this, you should have the knowledge about any backend technology. Now, what is the use of backend? Example, whenever you search something in the Google, so Google will reply you with some text or some images. So this information is coming from the database with the help of backend APIs. So here we need backend technologies, like in Java you need a Spring Boot. In Python you should know the Django or Flask framework, or if you are from the .NET background, you should know the ASP.NET. So apart from ASP, there is a technology like PHP is also there. But nowadays, most of the people are using like Node also for the backend technologies. Using this technology, you can create the API. So what is the API? This will discuss in the like later. So right now I'm talking about the backend technologies. So from Java background, it is expected you should know Spring Boot. From Python background, you should know the framework like Django. And from C Sharp, you should have the idea about ASP.NET. There is a PHP and Node. These are the certain technologies used in the backend. So now take an example. Once you learn the data structure, once you learn the front-end technology, once you learn the object-oriented programming, back-end programming and database. So if you complete this track, see this flow from front-end to object-oriented, then from object-oriented to back-end, and from back-end to database. Similarly, whenever you search something in the Google, as I said, okay, your request will go to your front-end to object-oriented, from object-oriented to back-end to database, and vice versa. Your request, your data will come from the database to the API, again API through your front-end, but I'll show you the flow here right now. So you will get your images, your output here in the front end. So this flow is called as a full stack development. If you learn using Java, it is called as Java full stack development. If you implement your full stack using Python, it is called as Python full stack development. And if you use C Sharp, it is a .NET full stack development. And additionally, with React, if you use Node and MongoDB, it's called as MERN stack. And if Angular, Node and your database, NoSQL, which is called as MongoDB, is called as MEAN stack. So this is called as the Java full stack, Python full stack, .NET full stack, MEAN stack and MERN stack. Remember these 5 words, I'll repeat here. If you use Java technology, it becomes a Java full stack with the help of Spring Boot. If you use Python in the backend, you can use Django, it becomes a Python full stack. If you use the .NET with ASP, it is called as the .NET full stack. Similarly, with React, you can use Node, it becomes the MERN stack, and with Angular, you can use Node, it is called as MEAN stack. So these are the stack which is expected from any freshers, okay, or even the experienced people also, if you are looking for a good opportunity. So remember, if you know any of the full stack properly with different projects, the very important part of your placement is what? You should know the projects. Once you learn the full stack development, please try to complete maximum projects using this full stack. So to develop this project, take an example, any e-commerce application you can consider, any online reservation, bus system, IRCTC, or any train reservation, as I said, right? So any like application like food delivery applications. So if you develop this type of application, it's come under the full stack development. Now, but before going to the full stack, I'll tell you, please make sure your data structure should be a good. Your data structures concept should be a good here. So which is called as DSA. So DSA is like a very fundamental part for any software engineer. Without DSA, you can't build your logics related to the programming, because during this full stack development, you are going to face some issues, and to solve that issues, DSA will develop your logics. In DSA, there are different type of algorithm like linked list, stack, queue, tree, graph. Some sorting algorithm will help you to improve your programming skills and logical skills. That's why any MNC is expecting the DSA with problem solving. There are some portals are available like LeetCode or HackerRank. Using this portal, you can brush up your skills properly regarding the data structures. Okay, so here is the DSA, and now to complete the DSA, to execute the DSA programs, you should have the knowledge like any of the programming language. You can consider the language C programming or C++, or even if you have Java knowledge, no problem. So you can develop your DSA applications using C, C++ and Java. So this is what the basic roadmap if you are preparing for any campus placement. Please remember this. You start your career from C programming, then upgrade to the Java programming, solve DSA questions, then complete any full stack applications, learn front-end technologies, learn object-oriented programming using Java, Python or C Sharp. So I'll recommend, first of all, start with Java, then you can easily learn Python also. Even you can start with the C Sharp also. In the backend technology, with Java you can go for the Spring Boot. For Python you can go for Django. C Sharp you can learn ASP.NET and database like SQL, NoSQL. But nowadays there is a very demanding React and Node is also there. Okay, now once you complete this learning, start with small projects here. Complete your projects. Okay, in the project try to use your Git and GitHub properly, which is very important, because when you go to the any interview, you can show to the interviewer your Git repo. So please update your Git and GitHub repo properly with all your projects. Okay, try to integrate all your projects with Git and GitHub. Okay, then additionally try to host your project with the help of some hostings. Okay, nowadays people are using AWS servers also. So try to implement little bit from the AWS and DevOps. So AWS and, as I said, DevOps. So at least you should have the idea about what is AWS, how it works and why it is important. Then what is the use of DevOps, what is Docker, Kubernetes. Please learn little bit from these things. This will help you a lot, because every developer is using these technologies nowadays to develop the applications. And the important part again, if you complete the projects, now understand little bit about the AI technologies and try to integrate some of the basic AI related kind of Gen AI. What is Gen AI? Okay, what is Gen AI? Because nowadays in every application, every organization is implementing the Gen AI. Okay, so this is my suggestion. If you build your portfolio like this, then the same thing will replicate in your resume, same thing will be there in your knowledge, same thing will be there in your GitHub. Okay, definitely it is easy to clear any interview. Doesn't matter, you can start from any startup or any big MNCs. And the most important part, okay, please be a confident. Okay, whenever you are facing any interview, if you have done multiple projects, so definitely it is not like big deal to clear the interview. So that's the reason you should work on little bit on your communications also. Okay, while communicating in the interview, so you have to clearly explain your projects and concepts to the interviewer. Okay, this is what I want to give you information about the technical information and little bit of the non-technical. In non-technical, your soft skill and your communications are a very important part. Okay, so I hope this information is help you for preparing any placements. So again, I'm telling you, doesn't matter what is your dream, start from the any 10 LPA, 3 LPA or 40 LPA. So every company require these things. Okay, if you have good knowledge about all this technology, definitely it is easy to clear any interview. Thank you very much. If you like the video, please click on the like button and subscribe. Thank you very much.